A lot of people were making a lot of noise about this film's release over the last few weeks, and that's what prompted me to watch it and cover it here. But I have to say, this film just didn't do it for me. My biggest issue with this movie was the fact that it was a film about a potential nuclear attack that we, the audience, never get to actually see. That issue was then compounded by the fact that we have to sit through the ordeal 3 times as we watch the points of view change, even to the point of listening to the same dialogue over and over again. Now, the Rashomon story structure is one that I absolutely hate in most situations, mostly because it's annoying, and I myself would never use it unless there was a damn good narrative reason. And I just didn't think this story warranted its use. Now, I understand that this technique can sometimes be used to show different perspectives, or even how multiple people or groups of people can view the same situation differently, and I understand that that was what the filmmakers were going for here, but I don't think it works with this particular premise because, in this particular case, all we really care about is if the nuclear attack is indeed real, and if it is, what the fallout of said attack would end up being, and then potentially what America would do in response. Now, the filmmakers here force us to ask ourselves all 3 questions based on how the film is both written and filmed, but astonishingly, we don't get answers to any of those things, which makes all the posturing simply wasted time. Now, I thought the dialogue was fine, and the acting performances are as well, but sadly in this case, the script wasted the amazing cast that the casting director managed to assemble here. And speaking of the cast, when I heard what this film was actually about, I wondered how in the hell Angel Reese would be included in the narrative. And after seeing the film in its entirety, I found her inclusion to be inconsequential, narratively speaking, and with all the other heavy hitters in the cast, the film didn't really need her from a promotional standpoint either, especially seeing as the film went straight to streaming. Now, I thought the directing was misguided, not because the director failed to execute her vision, but because the vision was narratively insufficient to begin with. Now, overall, I'd give this film a 55%, or a 5.5 out of 10 if you're thinking IMDb score. Essentially a D- for a letter grade. Listen, I'm going to be honest. I had to find reasons not to fail this movie. And honestly, the only reason I didn't was the fact that War of the Worlds, I call it the Ice Cube disaster, was the worst movie I saw this year. That movie was an F movie. And I just didn't feel right putting this movie in the same category. That said, this is a bad movie disguised as a good movie, which made it perfect for Halloween season if you ask me. But outside of that, when you get down to brass tacks, it just doesn't pass the smell test. It's a prime example of why screenwriters harp on the fact that if your story is no good, there's nothing you can do in the other facets of filmmaking that can fix it. Long story short, if you've yet to watch this film and you're wondering if you should make the time to do so, you'll be glad to know that I literally sat through this movie so you wouldn't have to.